Today in spirituality, I'm going to talk about a topic uh, which is more to do with my understanding and how it got corrected through a vision, through a dream, actually. And so I'm going to talk about this dream. You know, if you see in Indian justice system or the Indian courtrooms, have this lady or a woman idol or figurine where she has a blindfold on her eyes and she holds a scales in her hands. you know she represents justice in Indian movies. Read her or have sometimes in anger or disappointment said that the justice is blind, or people who do justice can't see the truth from lies. The reason they say this is because the lady wears a blindfold. But that's not how the figurine is supposed to be read. The figurine of justice, actually holding the scales, means that she's impartial, or judiciary or justice is impartial, and they will weigh everything equally. So and she also holds a sword in her hand. So when she holds these scales in her hand, it is representing what she does. She delivers justice and she's fair. Once my dad said there were some people who were fighting in the village, and one of the person picked up a sickle in the fight. And my dad said the minute he picked up the sickle, I caught his hand and just rode him away somewhere far off and told him, "What were you up to? What do you think you will do with the sickle? Did you want to kill that person? Did you want to injure that person?" And my dad said that person kept saying, "Oh, I was just trying to scare. I was just trying to scare. I was not going to wield it. I was not going to attack with the sickle. I was just trying to scare." And then my dad looked at me like this and he said, "Can you believe it?" This was his reasoning, that he was trying to scare. And I said, he must be trying to scare. He may not be wanting to use the sickle and he's just trying to scare. And then my dad said, "No, if somebody picks up a sickle or any kind of a weapon, then it means it will happen. He will wield it. It's matter of time when." And I felt my dad must have overreacted, and that person may have just wanted to scare and never intended to use the sickle on the other person. And I stayed with this for a very long time. I had a dream. In that dream, I saw the tarot card of justice. He was sitting with scales in his hand and a sword in another hand. So I have tarot deck with me. I will show it to you since I'm talking about it. So this is not, I'm not discussing the tarot card here. I'm talking about the dream. And then I come down to something about spirituality. So I saw this person exactly like how he is. He's pretty handsome in the dream. I saw him sitting with scales and the sword just like this, but the imagery was huge. So I could see the pillars, I could see the platform he was sitting on, I could see the decor all around him, and there were a lot of people standing, and he was listening to one set of people with complete attention. And there was some dispute going on, so this one set of people were telling him something, and there was another set of men standing on the other side. And the justice, this person was in complete attention to this set of people who are talking. And then somebody from the other group just said something. It was an interruption. And this group just kept quiet and looked at them, and so did the justice at the person who had just passed a comment or said something. And then that person became quiet, and the whole courtroom was quiet. After that momentary interruption, this set of people who were speaking continued to speak. And as they kept on saying, this had happened, that had happened, this happened like this, that happened like this, again, somebody from those group of men said something. And this time, as I'm just turning my head to look at this person who was again interrupted, I felt a warm slush of drops fall on my face. And when I just did this and I looked, it was blood in my hand. So as I was just turning to look at this set of people who had interrupted, there was a splash of blood on me. And when I completely turned to see them, there was bloodbath. The person who had interrupted was killed, chopped up by the justice. And in so much bloodbath, he had gone swish, 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 so fast. And almost everybody had blood on them from the person who had just got killed by the justice for interrupting. There was not a single drop of blood on the justice's face. Maybe there was blood on his robe, but not on his face. And as I'm coming out of the dream, I didn't say, oh my god, he killed a man for interrupting. No. Till date, I'm shocked. When I came out of the dream, all I said was, The sword is not a prop. He is an ace. He has ace swordsmanship in him. He will wield it. That's what I said when I came out of the dream. For the first time, I realized if somebody is holding their weapon in their hand, and my dad was bang on when he said, the minute someone has picked up a weapon or some kind of arm or ammunition, they are going to wield it. My dad was bang on when he said this. Only I didn't understand it. I just, I don't know. I just felt that if that person is saying I was just trying to scare with the sickle, then maybe he was. But today, after that dream, which was so clear to me, and it, has created this very great layer of a understanding and, a sense of how I should understand fear or I should understand violence was through this dream. The minute someone picks up a weapon or ammunition, they will wield it. And there is no joking around or fooling around, going around the minute somebody holds a weapon in their hand. If a fight is getting bad and somebody just picks up a chair, now I know 1000% that person can just throw the chair on you. Earlier, I would probably try reasoning with the person, keep the chair down, or just say, okay, we can de escalate. No. So, it just set in a certain milestone in me. I know it for a fact. When a fight is getting bad, or when a conflict will get bad, the minute there is an addition of something into a fight, whether it is a chair, whether it is a stick, whether it's a sword, the minute something new gets added, it's going to create the conflict at the another level.